ABC13 Eyewitness News starts now.
As we come to air at 5 this morning, a 16-year-old was shot in the leg in Fresno. How a shell casing is helping investigators figure out what happened.
Jury selection, it begins today in the federal lawsuit against the man accused of murdering a special needs inmate at the Harris County Jail. What led up to all of this?
Plus, time is ticking for the Houston Astros to secure their playoff spot in the AL West. A 9-5 loss last night to the Orioles. Will they avoid a sweep tonight?
Welcome to Wednesday, everybody. It's great to see you here at 5 a.m. I'm Rita Garcia.
And I'm Samika Knight. Happy hump day to you. Meteorologist Alila Reska is timing out the forecast for us, and the humidity is bad.
It is, my friend. We are going to be dealing with some stickier conditions. You can already feel the mugginess returning this morning as temperature readings are running a little bit warmer with that Gulf breeze, and also the dew point temperatures are back in the sticky 70s. Currently, it's a clear sky. Temperatures a good 3 to 5 degrees warmer in some spots, as much as 8 degrees warmer for our friends down toward Palacios, where we've got a temperature reading of 80 degrees, 73 in Sugar Land. Still a couple of spots enjoying some 60s this morning. Areas like Liberty, Cleveland, Conroe, also the city of Beaumont this morning. Off to a clear start, but the clouds will be returning late this afternoon. The sea breeze today will not generate much in the way of shower activity, but that will change as we move into Thursday and Friday with just a slim chance of some rain coming back into the forecast. So look for sunny to mostly sunny conditions with temperature readings somewhere into the low 90s. But when you add the humidity, the feels like temperatures, the heat index values today will certainly be closer toward the century mark. A few spots surpassing that. So we'll talk more in detail about how long this humidity sticks around when our next cool front arrives, coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you so much, Alita. Well, breaking overnight, deputies working to figure out what happened before a 16-year-old was shot in the leg in Fresno. Investigators were called to a parking lot off of Highway 6 near Teal Bend Boulevard around 9 last night. And that teenager said he was shot somewhere else, but officials say they found a shell casing in that parking lot. Anyone with information should call Fort Bend County Sheriff's Office.
This is an ABC13 Eyewitness News live update.
Yes, good Wednesday morning, everybody. I'm Rita Garcia, live from the ABC13 studios. This morning, we are closely monitoring if any additional charges will be filed against a man who detectives believe killed a missing grandmother out of Liberty County. Investigators say that when they went to Cheryl Ann Seidel's house, Donald Hassler answered the door, and he told them that Seidel left to see her sister in Oklahoma, but she doesn't have a sister. And they also found her purse, her car, and a bloody butcher's knife and a blood stain on the wood floor. Hassler said he was in the process of buying the home from Seidel, which her family thinks is a lie.
Loves her house on the water, place that she really loved to be. This is not something that she would have given up.
Well, Hassler's now in jail, but booked on a separate charge, a felon with a gun. That's the charge. The district attorney's office tells us they're considering filing murder charges. We'll let you know what happens. And hey, also, you may have noticed, unfortunately, the humidity, yes, it is back today, friends. Coming up in 2 minutes, Alita Laresca will have more on your weather forecast. Stay with us.
All right, 7:26 on this Wednesday morning. Appreciate you starting your morning with us, friends. Speaking of the morning, just a beautiful start to the morning. We've got some clouds out there. Still doesn't feel too bad, but you will notice an uptick in the humidity, especially as we get into the afternoon. By this afternoon, temperature readings somewhere in the low 90s, but we do have some of our friends out west in the mid to upper 90s. And when you factor in the humidity, the feels like temperatures sending us back into triple-digit territory. Relief, we get some rain, isolated rain shower chances beginning tomorrow, but the best chance of seeing that wet weather arrives on Monday with our next front. And right now, the latest data is showing that this front could linger, could stall out. And so with some of that moisture lingering, we're still looking at about a 20% chance for some wet weather Tuesday through Thursday.
ABC13 Eyewitness News starts now.
First at 3, breaking news in 3rd Ward, where police officers have shot a man. The shootout happened right off of 288 near Calumet. We have our Micah Hatfield out there for us live. Micah, what can you tell us from the scene?
Hey, Brianna, I can tell you it's a big scene with a lot of law enforcement out here right now. The Houston Police Department, the Harris County Sheriff's Office, and the Texas Rangers are all out here. I'm going to step out of this shot so you can see just how big of an area they have blocked off here behind me. This is the Riverside Park in the 3rd Ward area. You can see a lot of law enforcement congregated over here to the right. And again, those are people from all of these different agencies. We've heard from law enforcement thus far that they got into a shootout with a murder suspect, and they say that murder suspect is down, which typically means that that person has died. We don't see any medical personnel out here on the scene. And apparently, according to the sheriff's office, no law enforcement was injured in that shootout.
ABC13 Eyewitness News starts now.
And welcome to the news at 4 o'clock, everyone. We're continuing to follow breaking news on the south side of the city where shots were fired between a murder suspect and law enforcement.
We first brought you this live on our 24/7 stream, and this is still an active crime scene right now. Crime scene tape is blocking off Calumet Street, and this is right near Riverside Park, right by Highway 288. Now, Sky Eye 13 was over this scene within minutes. I was bringing you coverage from the ABC13 newsroom, team coverage, shots of the crime scene. We have now just learned, Myra, that the wanted suspect was killed.
Yeah, it was a pretty tense afternoon today. Authorities say the murder suspect was Dimitri Humphrey. He was wanted in the death of Shantavia Reddick. Deputies say Reddick was at the home to help her friend leave an abusive relationship with the suspect. Humphrey got away in a Jeep Wrangler. The girlfriend was not hurt. So now we want to show you a photo of Shantavia Reddick. She was a 3rd grade teacher for Spring ISD. Authorities just gave us details on how they tracked down that suspect.
ABC13 Eyewitness News starts now.
Good to have you with us here at 4:30. We begin with breaking news of an officer-involved shooting that left one man dead.
And this happened on Calumet Street in the 3rd Ward. And that's where we find our ABC13's Micah Hatfield live right now, has been there all afternoon. Micah, what can you tell us about the suspect and how all this unfolded? This sounded like a moving gun battle.
It was. That's actually the words that the police used earlier today. Good afternoon, guys. We've learned that this was Dimitri Humphrey, who was killed today in this situation. That's what Houston Police and the Sheriff's Office told us. Dimitri Humphrey, that name might sound familiar to you. It's because he is a wanted murder suspect from a situation that happened on September 9th up in North Harris County. He is accused of killing his girlfriend's friend during a domestic violence situation. And we learned from the sheriff's office today that they were in this area because they had gotten information that Humphrey was in this area and they were doing surveillance. They say he showed up here at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon in a Jeep and got out of his car and went onto the slide. This is at the Riverside Park in the 3rd Ward area.
ABC13 Eyewitness News starts now.
Now on Live at 5, a Harris County inmate accused of drugging and raping a teenager is eligible for release because prosecutors missed the deadline to indict him.
ABC13 Shannon Ryan joins us live outside the district attorney's office. Shannon, you've been in touch with them and the victim's family today. What'd you find out?
Well, the victim's family is just livid. They really feel like prosecutors let them down here and dropped the ball.
Breaking news right now at 6 o'clock. A murder suspect located and killed in a gun battle with police. Our Micah Hatfield is there at the scene with new information.
He just presided over a historic impeachment trial at the state capitol. Now Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick is only sitting down with Tom Abrams, talking about how lawmakers work together after such a divisive event.
I've moved on. I have to work with the speaker, no matter who the speaker is.
This high school student suspended a second time for his hair, despite a new state law that protects his choice to wear it that way. We're talking to one of the authors of that law to see if it's being violated.
Then ahead at 6:30, the search continues for the body of a missing grandmother as Liberty County authorities prepare to file murder charges. What we know about the search when Eyewitness News goes live right now.
Let's get right to that breaking news. A murder suspect is dead after a gun battle for state troopers and sheriff's deputies.
Dimitri Humphrey was accused of killing Shantavia Reddick after Reddick reportedly helped Humphrey's girlfriend leave him. Officers tracked Humphrey to a park in the 3rd Ward today, and that's where our Micah Hatfield is tonight live. Micah?
Hey, good evening. Officials on the scene, we've been watching them. They've been walking from here at Riverside Park across the street to where Dimitri Humphrey's body is, walking that path where this shooting scene played out today. All 5 members of law enforcement who were here on the scene, we're told by HPD, opened fire and shot in the direction. We don't know how many of them hit Humphrey, but they shot in his direction at least because they say that he opened fire first.
Hello, everyone. Now at 6:30, we continue to follow breaking news after a suspect wanted in a woman's murder was shot and killed during a shootout with police.
Harris County deputies say investigators found Dimitri Humphrey on Calumet right near Riverside Park. Humphrey was accused of shooting and killing Shantavia Reddick, a 3rd grade teacher at Smith Elementary, and her dog during a domestic violence incident with his girlfriend. Authorities say Reddick went to help a friend who was trying to get out of a relationship. And right now, several agencies searching for a suspect after a deadly shooting on Reeves Street. That's between Elgin and Alabama, both near both the University of Houston and TSU. It's thought the 20-year-old victim was killed while trying to intervene in an argument between 2 other people.
Now at 10, parents gathering tonight demanding answers about a teacher removed from the classroom. Police confirmed they're looking into it. We're live with the concerns and what the district is telling us about it. He swore an oath to protect and serve, but this officer's now under investigation, accused of serving an alleged killer. What court documents reveal. A dangerous suspect killed in a shootout with police near a park in the heart of the city. How the chaos unfolded. And a man accused of getting a teen pregnant during a sexual assault, why he just got a $1 bond. We're live in 30 seconds.
ABC 13 Eyewitness News starts now.
Only on 13, a Fort Bend ISD elementary school teacher is under investigation accused of inappropriate conduct with a young student. ABC 13's Daniela Hurtado spoke to several concerned parents tonight outside the school in Fresno. Daniela, they're really upset and concerned.
They're frustrated, disappointed, and they want transparency. They say this is accused of happening last week and didn't receive a statement from the district until today. We won't be releasing the name of the teacher tonight because he hasn't been charged. But tonight, those parents are expected to come down here to district headquarters to have their voices heard.